Good afternoon and welcome to today's coverage here of day number 4. We're into game number 2 of the day, and that is the first quarter-final matchup. Welcome inside the Ostrava arena here in Ostrava, the Czech Republic. The Czechia crowd has been turning up in numbers, record numbers yesterday, 8,462 spectators, all crammed inside this beautiful arena to watch the Czech Republic rip apart the Italians, and that is why they play here in this first quarter-final matchup. They take on Korea, the bronze medalists from the last 2 major events. Korea, the bronze in Pyeongchang, the bronze in the World Championships last time out as well. And in the Pyeongchang Paralympic Winter Games, the team they beat in interesting circumstances were the team from Italy. The Italians would love nothing but retribution and a place in the bronze medal at least match. The semi-finals await. These two will go on to face Canada. Which ones would the Canadians prefer? The flair of the Italians or the rough and tumble of the Koreans? Well, Korea obviously in the A pool part of this championship, so they've already played Canada. Didn't go so well, a 4-0 defeat for the Koreans. The Italians, on the other hand, started off on the B group side of these championships. You can see all of the teams lining up here. The Italians started well, a 4-0 victory over Sweden, 5-1 over Japan. But under the lights in the cauldron yesterday versus Japan, the Czech Republic, well, that was a different story altogether. The Czech Republic came out fighting. They had every person in this building, it felt like, on their side, and they were absolutely dominant. Referees for this one, Ove Lutske from Norway, Sweden's Andreas Lunden, and the Czech Republic's Leon Resli are the linesmen as well. Now, if you were watching the Korean game yesterday, you will have noticed Kim Young-sung went to the penalty box. That has been reviewed. He's now got a 1-game suspension as well. So number 12 is out of the game, and that is him missing. Kim Young-sung will be a big miss. You see the rosters for the Italians coming on your screen as well. Stilitano Santino is going to start. Now, he missed yesterday altogether with what we were told was feeling a little bit ill. He comes back, and Araldo was guilty of a couple of mistakes in the early stages of this comp, so maybe Stilitano being introduced for that. We're just moments away here. So it is Italy taking on Korea, a repeat of the bronze medal match in Pyeongchang 2018. And, well, despite the graphic, I was going to say, I thought Araldo would be a surprise to not be in goal. He is indeed in goal for the Italians. Stilitano, 49-year-old, stays as the backup. Alongside me, a man that knows just, not him, that's how I look, but alongside me is Paul Rosie Rosen. If you ever wanted to know what I look, that was it. Paul, you've been here, seen it, done it. It's time to pull it out the bag for both these sides. A little bit underwhelming so far in these World Championships.
Yeah, this is huge. This is what you trained for all year for the Worlds. The Italians have not played to their capability. We've been surprised. This is their chance to do it. On the other hand, the Koreans are missing one of their better players with that Spearing 1-game suspension. I'm shocked, actually, Alan, that the goaltender is not the other one, the big boy, who I think is the better starts with a offside, who I think is a better goaltender, but the coach didn't ask me what I thought, so we'll go with what we see. This is going to be a great game there. Game in Pyeongchang was incredible. You were there. I hope it's the same.
Yu Man-gyun is watching on from the sides. They stick with Lee Jae-hoon. Will he bring his A game? We have seen quite a few basic errors from goalies throughout the tournament so far, and it's a bit of a stop-start-start to this contest so far, Paul.
Yeah, the only ones that I think have been right on their game, Steve Cash from the Americans and Dominic Larocque from the Canadians, have yet to make a mistake. They've both been stellar. Everybody else has let goals in that they probably want back.
Yeah, from a Canadian perspective, Larocque couldn't do anything for the 2 goals that he conceded. The third, he wasn't even in the net. So we won't even discuss the third one. Italy
nice move.
Stolen this here, and a big check coming in from Choi Si-woo, one of the scorers in the opening game, and another return for the Italians. The very neat and smart Italian white jerseys on the offering. The Koreans playing in their blue jerseys, and that's another angled pass that is nearly picked off right on the blue line. A moment ago it was Kachman that nearly had a chance to get the scoring up and running. Larch will chase.
Well, our questions have been answered about whether we thought it was going to be contact. We've seen a couple of big hits already. I think both teams are going to be throwing their body around. Just like we saw in the Sweden-Japan game before, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot throw the puck up the middle. That almost cost the Koreans.
Just under 2 minutes played already. Just under a minute played already, should I say. And Larch will be trying to get this away for the Italians from the face-off. This near side. This is a chance for the Koreans to maybe open up. Oh, there comes the shot.
That just missed.
Hit on the far side by Choi Kwan-hyuk.
He's open.
Now,
this
the
is
Italians really do have a moment, but that's some good defensive work.
Very good defensive
across
work.
the blue line, pumped all the way behind the Italian goal, and Macri. Larch half get that away. That's a little loose from Choi Kwang-hyuk, had more time than he thought there. Down the boards it goes. On the far side is De Paoli.
Koreans have been a little sloppy so far, Alan.
Paoli trying to get Sandro Calagaris away. Calagaris actually plays his club hockey here in the Czech Republic.
The referee just came to the Italian bench and told number 66, get back on the ice, my friend. Don't be sneaky while I'm in charge. It was icing. And when you ice the puck, for those of you that don't know, the 5 that were on the ice, or 4, if you have a penalty, have to come back. You cannot change when you ice the puck.
A lot of gesticulating from the Italian assistant that was opening the gate there to the head coach, Massimo Darin De Lorenzo.
Oh, that's going to be a T-bone.
And the arm is raised, so Italians are going to be a man short in a moment. Will it matter? At the moment, the puck is underneath Jiang Yong-ho.
We have no clue where it is.
There it is. He eventually came out. He was just spinning around, trying to figure it out. And eventually the officials do call a halt. So the first penalty of this contest is for the Italians, and it's Florian Planka, the 42-year-old from Bolzano. In fact, no, he's just gone across to have a chat with the linesman. In fact, the penalty has gone against Calagaris, who I was just talking about. So apparently gets either the plane or the train into the Czech Republic to play for his club side. That's dedication to the cause, that.
I don't believe that. That is, I believe it. I just don't believe that the guy does it. It's incredible.
You have to believe it. It's a fact.
Wow. That's a long way to come.
Blanca stays on the ice for a moment. I thought he was going, and he'll be a loss at any time he's not out there for the Italians, the experienced number 5. On the other end,
drive-by.
Andrioni, who has just been devoid of opportunities in this championship. This is an opportunity and it's taken. Oh, the Italians have got to tighten up. We've been absolutely lambasting some defending in these World Championships. That just parted.
Oh yeah, they just opened up. They said, listen, give it a shot. You cannot win like that. If they expect to win in a quarterfinal sudden death game, you better tighten up on D. Look at this, nice little slip back. 27 comes in, he waits, and he puts it in. You have to go to him, Alan. You're making it too easy. This is not non-contact. 27 cuts in the middle and puts it in.
Cho just neatly dispatches it underneath the diving Gabriele Araldo, and the Italians had a hard task anyway. It just got a whole lot harder. 1-0.
You can't fault the goaltender for that, Alan. He slid across, he did everything he could do. It snuck underneath him, hard luck there, but the D have to tighten up. That's not going to help them if they do that all game, I'll guarantee you that. They'll be watching the semifinals while Korea's playing Canada.
Nobody wants to sit on the sidelines. At the moment, the Italians have got to find a style of play and a rhythm that is much better than that. The interesting thing was, in the first minute and a half, they had a couple of chances themselves, with the Koreans finding some sloppy play.
Yeah, and I saw the Canadian coaches, Ken Babby and Mike Foligno, in the crowd. They're watching this game.
It's quite a lot of Canadians are here, actually. There's 4 or 5 just smattered around the seating area, just kind of below and to the left of where we're stood. This man here knows how to get the best from this side. They would be delighted to make a 3rd straight bronze medal at a major event. They really would. If they could impact on the top 2, that would be tremendous as well, but the bronze is the aim. It's kind of like we have an also-ran section behind the Americans and the Canadians at the moment.
Yeah, and you know what? They played good the last little while. They played the Canadians quite well. They only lost 4-0, which is pretty good.
The rising of the Chinese team and the return of the Russian Federation, along with Germany, you suspect as well, might mean that things get a little bit tighter, and this is potentially a chance. First one's missed, but that might fool everybody. Calagaris hits his own guy here. Larch got in the way. I don't know how much Lee Jae-woong would have seen that.
I don't think he would have saw it at all.
Kaufman buried in this corner.
That's hard luck.
The Italians couldn't retrieve it for their own advantage, so away come the blue jerseys of Korea. Got to stay on side, of course, and they've done that around the far side.
Wasteful shot.
Towards Araldo, who holds on. Well, it was Yong Dong-shin down the far side, who didn't create too much. Araldo with an easy save. It's Korea 1, the Italians yet to strike, as we take a short break. Koreans lead by a goal to nothing, and the Italians have done well to get that out of the blue line. Chasing by De Paoli.
Nice
That's
pass.
neat. That's neat. A chance.
Italians are going to get another penalty.
Lee Jong-kyung
Wow.
it was, and he took the hit. The Italians are indisciplined at the moment. 9:28 left in the first period. This is the second time the Italians are visiting the box. This time it's Alex Enderle, 21-year-old. He made his debut back in 2017 versus Japan.
That one I don't agree with. The first one, yep, that was a tee. This one, I think, in a quarterfinal game, you have to let a little leeway go, and I think he put the Italians in a rough spot. If the Koreans can take a 2-0 lead, they're going to be in trouble.
Deep, just wide of the target. Again, inside the blue line, Cho Young-jae. Then leaves it for Lee Joo-seong.
Nice play.
Lee lifting one, not finding the target. Cho picks it up on the far side once again. Now Ryu inside the blue line, and Koreans are penning the Italians in, and this is wide open for number 2. It's a horror show so far for the Italians, and the lead is doubled here with Yang Jong-ho. Not a good start for Italy.
No, but you know what? That is an absolute beautiful goal by the Koreans. That's how you play hockey. You have to move the puck on a power play. You have a 5-on-4. Isolate one man, slips it down low, and he fires it under the bar. Look at that little touch pass. Takes it over, cross pass, and under the bar. That is a beautiful shot. Beautiful puck movement. That's how you draw it up in the dressing room, in the meetings, in those long video sessions. You draw it up just like that, and when it happens and it pays off, Alan, wow, do you feel good as a coach? And this coach better feel good after that one.
Well, one coach that won't be feeling too good is Massimo Derin Di Lorenzo. At the moment, Park Hyun-wook will be smiling from side to side inwardly. He's got a very poker face down there at the moment, but I can tell you now, with still 8.5 minutes to go in the first period, he will be delighted to be a couple of goals to the good in the early stages. Coming across to try and help out is Redice. This is Planka, but they've given it away again, and it's so soft at the moment. Korea are buzzing. Jung.
It's your buddy, number 14.
Round the back, well, the speedster is showing good skills with his sticks as well.
Nice.
And again, they keep it in, and again, they keep it away from the white jerseys. Phenomenal play from the Koreans. They just haven't been able to have this much space in the opening group games. Even Norway kept them penned in better than this.
Absolutely. They're forcing the Italians to make silly passes, and oh, that is a tricky play going through your net. And like you always say, Alan, a 2-0 lead, it's the most dangerous lead.
He's done well to keep that the right side of the blue line momentarily. He's now asking Kalagaris to go chase. De Paoli is there. Kalagaris misses the check. Much harder to change direction on these sleds, and that one's neatly held in the glove of Lee Jae-wook. Once you're going one way in a sled, it's not like the able-bodied skiers. You can't just change direction that easy.
No, when you're skating upright, you can do almost anything, but with the sled, you can't, even the best of the best, even our pal Declan Farmer, considered the best in the world, can't turn on a dime. Pretty close to a dime, 8 cents maybe.
Backed away. Here will come down this left once more. Choi Si-woo.
Oh,
Lays off one pass, and the
we heard that smash on the boards up here.
the Italians are appealing for that to have been offside, but
Well, I think they're
wasn't
looking
given.
for
They
a
might have had
penalty.
they might have had a a point. And Choi, again, space, chance, well played to get that away. Radici in the right place at the right time, and this one's round the boards to this near side.
The problem is the Italians can't transition out of their end. As soon as they get out, they do silly things like this, throw it all the way around.
Macri, it was, and he's trying to keep close attentions to Young, but Young is so quick that Macri had no chance of keeping up with him there. And then neatly plays it behind him. Lee from behind the net. Is this a chance for a one-timer? In it comes, and it's just wide of the right post and held by Araldo as it comes back from round the net.
This is a dominating performance so far. They're all over.
It's all Korea. They lead 2-0. We'll be right back. .53 left in the first period. Korean side moving the puck around very well indeed. Nobody on the Italian side wants to get in the circle here. Right, bizarre. Kaufman, it is the 32-year-old that does eventually. You'd be forgiven for thinking, Paul, that the Koreans had an extra man from the start, the way they've played so far.
I'm surprised at the dominance this first period, the first 10 minutes. Now you still have to, there's a long way to go, but the Italians haven't shown up yet.
Another gap appearing, and again, the Koreans coming in force. There's 4 of them here.
Oh, nice play.
It's a good hit from Larch, and
another penalty.
Another penalty on the play. So, well, the Italians are doing everything they can to stop the Koreans. The problem is, most of the time, it's illegal.
Well, they always say speed kills, and in this instant, speed is just forcing the Italians to do everything they can to stop them. Unfortunately, what they're doing is illegal in this game, and they're being caught. And this is now their 3rd penalty in the first 10 minutes. That's not good.
Away goes Sandro Calagaris. He was the one we mentioned who plays his club hockey here in the Czech Republic.
That's a dedicated man.
Well, he's dedicated to the penalty box at the moment, and he's got to stay there for 2 minutes.
Or less.
Well, quite. Cho trying to orchestrate the next goal, potentially, and he has it back. Captain one side of him. Captain has it, pulled back from the captain, and that is just going to bobble around in front of the crease, and De Paoli it is who just again fires it long.
Shot on goal.
Yeah, it'll hit the goalie. Again, the captain, Jang Jong-ho, comes away with the puck. The Italians this time have stolen it, then it's smashed against De Paoli, who rushes over and checks on the far side to try and get possession back. Choi is sent spinning. There's a loose stick on the ice.
Oh, that's a bad defensive play.
This is 3, is it? Oh, just wide.
Nice. I think the keeper got a little piece, the goalkeeper.
Koreans everything they're touching here is coming off. This might be a chance though. Deprioli trying to race down here against Cho, but Cho will get there, will get possession, and then finds his captain as well. It's completely different here, Korea, to the last two games they've just played. Against the Americans and the Canadians, we saw nothing going forward.
Nice
here,
move.
we're seeing everything, and that's just behind. And now, the goalie has lost his glove and stick as well.
His blocker and his stick. I've never seen that before. I've lost my stick before. Never lost my stick and my blocker.
This is not good news. The blocker has gone. He's made a save here. He's somehow made a save, and the net is empty. Oh, and they've missed it. Well,
somebody get him his blocker and glove back.
He desperately needs the play to go dead here. Even the crowd are buying into this. Larch, well, they've just about managed to get him his blocker and his stick back. Larch has an attempt here, maybe on goal if he can get it onto his left. Clearly doesn't have a left.
Wow. What a play. I've never seen that before in all the years.
Panic at the back here as the Italians try and create something with Kaufman, but that doesn't come off, and there's another chance on the centre of the ice. That's brilliant from Jung. Pushed it past one, takes the shot, and holding on to it for a moment was Aldo, who then releases immediately, and the Italians again now have to defend. Another neat pass inside. Choi thinks about the shot. It's underneath the defenseman, who just, again, gets it out of danger. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first period. A first period that actually the Italians currently will be thankful it is only 2-0. Calagaris, far side. Cross-ice pass coming to this near side. And then that's just pumped towards the goalie by Planka. Nothing offensively.
Absolutely total domination, and the goaltender was very lucky he didn't let a goal in there, and he didn't get hurt. You can lose a finger very easily. His blocker, and it's like his stick was stuck inside the blocker. Wow. Here we go. This was a beautiful. He had him wide open. I don't know how he missed it. And there you go. Blocker and stick attached.
Well, what they done, glued it in? He does. I'll tell you what, he's very brave. He actually put his hand out to try and make that save.
Brave or stupid, one or the other, but he didn't get hurt, so thank God for that.
We'll let you at home decide that. So we're down to 2 minutes remaining here in the first period. The Koreans have scored a couple. The domination, they would have liked to have got a few more. They've been so on top that actually it's not too bad for the Italians right now.
No, if I'm the Italian coach, I'm just saying, let's get out of this period down 2. Let me get them in the dressing room. Let me tell them what's going on. Let's put together a brand new game plan for the second and third, and they're still in it. Well, they let another one in, it could be trouble.
Part of the game plan is not to come out and look completely shell-shocked, which is what they did.
Well, they're letting the Koreans just dominate the neutral zone with speed.
That's better. Getting in the faces and winning the puck inside the Korean blue line, but again, Koreans break out at speed, and another chance for Cho. And he is indeed offside. 1:29 to go.
The key to stopping this Korean team, and that's why they have very little success with the Americans and the Canadians, is the Americans and Canadians bottle up the neutral zone. You know, I've said it a million times, the neutral zone is the most important zone in a hockey game. Win that, you win the game.
Again, the speed of these Koreans causing the Italians problems. Even something simple as a clearance from Macri. Just trying to ping it out to this near side. It was Planka, actually. He made the mistake, and here's a chance. Blocked and away to this near side.
Maybe.
Larch it is on the chase. Full press from Larch. Around the ice it comes to this near side. No real check on Kaufman, and they didn't need to. The Koreans able to bring it away again. Down the boards, closest to us in our commentary box.
A lot of speed on this Korean team. We know 14, he's the speedster of all speedsters, but there's a lot of them that can move.
Here is Jung. for all of his speed. Jung still hasn't scored in these World Championships. Galagaris.
He creates a lot of things with his speed, though.
Well, you're too busy concentrating on him moving. That's a nice idea diagonally, looking for Kaufman. It's now behind him, so the Koreans with their captain again making it look easy. And we have had an interesting first period, Paul Rosen. Korea came out of the blocks, all guns are blazing, and fairly early on were 2-0 up. Italians have done better since the second goal, but aren't offering much going the other way.
No, the Koreans dominated from the drop of the first puck. They continued, and the Italians have a long way to go if they're going to do this. It's an uphill battle. They can, but they have to play a lot smarter, and they have to cut down the silliness in the neutral zone.
So it's 2-0, the first coming from Cho Byung-seok. And here is a look at the highlights.
And that's a good stop by the Italian goalie with his glove hand. Right here, he got a piece of it. Here we go. This is a really nice one. Drop pass, comes across. That was the power play where they really moved the puck. Nice little slip-off play here. 27 comes down. He waits, he holds, and puts it underneath the Italian goalie, the outstretched arm of the Italian goaltender. And that second one was an absolute beauty off the power play again. Nice cross-ice pass, and the captain rips it. Captain, my captain. They're saying under the bar with a beauty.
So 2-0 for Korea. 3 shots by the Italians. Not anything to report home in a sense that it was a real danger for Lee Jae-woong. One of those right down the glove, and you would expect him to hold on to that. A couple of goals for Korea is all that separates the sides, but there are 2 more periods to come. Join us again in a few moments' time. So a tough period indeed for the Italians as the officials make their way back out onto the ice. Something we said, Paul, during commentary in that first period. Yes, it wasn't a very good period for the Italians. Yes, they're still in this. It's only 2-0.
Absolutely. Anybody that knows hockey knows that 2-0 is one of the worst scores ever. You're trying so hard. If you let one come in, it's 2-1. The other team is back in. You're really trying to get that third goal, but sometimes you make mistakes, and that's what I think the Italians have to do. They have to come out and force the Koreans. The Koreans, obviously, their speed is very difficult to stop, so you have to shut them down before they get going. And if they shut them down before they get going and get a shot on goal, I think they had 2 shots on goal, and they were nothing from the neutral zone. You can't score that way.
Cho and Zhang first coming from a neat move, and the second Zhang really finishing it well. And within 6 minutes, you thought this was going to be a big, heavy defeat for the Italians. It might still be, but they certainly dug deep for the remaining 9 minutes of that period, and eventually started to break out from their own blue line a little bit more often. So can the Italians offer something different in this second period? Have the Koreans already won the game in the opening stages? Stay with us, we'll find out together. With a 2-0 lead, you would be forgiven for thinking that Koreans are already halfway to being inside those all-important semi-final places, but Jae-Woong Lee will be expecting a little bit more action from here on in. The Italians, Paul, now they have to go for it. The tactic might have been to try and rough it out with the Koreans, steal it by the odd goal. They're already 2 down. That's not going to cut it.
No, the big thing that the Koreans have to watch, Alan, is they can't look forward. Like, the Koreans are favored. We know that. They might look, it's 2-0. We got to get ready for Canada. Start to think of Canada. Start to think of the potential of goal. And then the Italians come and sneak back and bite them when they're not looking. So it's critical that they think of the next 15 minutes and only the next 15 minutes.
Immediately, it's the Koreans that push this and the Italians back. And that's poor play to start the period with, and the captain just couldn't make space to release. This one is just lofted towards Araujo, and like a decent catcher in the outfield of baseball, gets his glove ready and catches that neatly.
Yeah, that was a center fielder. He just called it mine and pulled it into his glove. But so far, it looks all Korea again. They started off the period with a dump in and maintained control.
Italians have got to make sure that their passes are more accurate than they were in the first period. We saw an instance of it just immediately.
Oh my God.
Right in front from Macri, right in front of his own goal.
Wow.
And that's a cardinal sin. It's Florian Planker again, I apologize, but that is just 101. Don't do that.
It's happened so much today in the first game and a few times in this game. It's simple hockey.
Kaufman has done well. From behind the goal, he's managed to put it right in front. But again, Italians just not in the right place to take advantage. So again, turning Kaufman, who's had to chase pretty much his own puck, and he slams that against Choi. He's then won the puck back after that check, and Kaufman doing what he can. And again, this is slid right in front of the goalie. But once more, the Italians just can't get there, and that's pushed long and trying to give themselves a chance to get some changes
well, they have a
on
chance
the ice.
here.
They've stole it. Caligaris to try and half the deficit. Game on. If you thought this was over in the first period, think again. Exactly what we said. Korea, don't think too far in front. Don't make mistakes. Just see the game out.
And that's exactly what we said. And that's exactly what they did. A silly mistake, trying to make a change, trying to make a bad play here. Just take the puck up yourself. Gets bumped off at number 9. Smart play, looks, picks a spot and puts it in between the goalie's blocker and his arm like the chicken wing. Right here, head up. That's the key. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the key, boys and girls. Head up. Find a spot. That's how the greatest goal scorers score. Find a spot and put it in. Nice goal.
Turned up with a present at the front door, and Caligaris accepted it with both hands.
There's an opening on
and
the
they're
side.
coming straight away. Macri struggling to decide what he wants to do with it, the defenseman. But they've got it back, the Italians, on the far side. Radici.
Oh.
Well, they fire it in, but you expect Lee Wung to deal with that. Was nice from John.
Problem is, when somebody is open like they were there, you have to get him the pass on his stick.
That's neat. That's real neat from Cho. He's already got one in this game and was trying to create something else. Missed check on the far side, and Jung just backed out of that. That was quite bizarre, but he has created a chance for the Koreans. Can they take it? No, it's stuck underneath the sled of Lee Jong-kyung.
Here's a breakaway.
Oh, another chance. The Italians might be back in this in a matter of moments. Can he take it round him? No, he can't. And Di Paoli, well, they say don't look at a gift horse in the mouth. He was virtually down his throat, and now the Koreans might be able to break themselves. Jung trying to make space. He does. Good hit.
That's a penalty.
Well, you take that there, though, don't you? To prevent that strike, I think you take that.
I think you have to. He was gone. He was going to slip by him. But going back to that breakaway, the Italian just got too excited. Maybe he's never had a break in his life because he just, a little bit of a clip there. He pushed it too far ahead, and when he finally got it, Alan, he didn't really know what to do with it, and then he lost it. It leaked off his right stick and into the corner. Semi-embarrassing.
Di Paoli, and here's the chance. The break is on.
All alone, pushed it too far, finally got to it and just missed it. He'd have been better off shooting it right away, and here's the play. Comes down the right, nice little clip, yeah. Got his sled in and clipped him, knocked him over. They have to kill this penalty because they've been playing so good the last minute and a half. They can't let it go back to a 2-goal lead. The Italian coach pleading with his team to play smarter defense.
Then look at Cavalieri. He's the man inside the penalty box, and Paul's absolutely right. The tails were up.
Hustle.
And again, Caligaris it is who's showing his speed. And
he got another one. It's a 5-on-3 now.
That is a little bit crazy.
That's
from
silly.
Caligaris. I think the blood might have rushed to the head after the goal, and the Koreans, quite rightly, just allowing the Italians to get hold of that, because they're going to have 1 minute and 42 seconds playing against just 3. Caligaris takes a long look at the bench, and all he will have seen is his manager looking back at him and thinking, why?
It doesn't make sense, because with speed, he was so in on the play. He had the guy deep. There was no reason that far away from your own goal to take a penalty, especially when you're killing. Now with a 5-on-3, the speed and smarts of the Korean, in my opinion, they're scoring on this 5-on-3.
For the Koreans, they have to. The Italians, they have to prevent it. 5-on-3, when you've just halved the deficit, that's not what you need. This is Lee. Koreans just biding their time. This is the right thing to do. Can they get the shot in here? They can. It's over the bar. It got a touch from Araudo. And they can expect a few more of those in the next minute or so. Cho. This near side with the captain once more, Jiang. Trying to find space on the left wing. Koreans just loitering.
Nice play.
Captain again. Neat. Back. And it was in. Well, that was as simplistic as it was ever going to be, and the Koreans have every right to celebrate. Ryu Ji Hyun was just sat pretty much in the crease, waiting and waiting, and by the time that Cho and Yang had finished playing it between themselves, the end result was simple.
Yes, Alan, beautiful passing. Either 5-on-3, that's what you have to do. Isolate one man, move it around. The captain is smart, nice little drop pass, sees his man open in the slot, and just bang, no chance for the goalie. He's got to watch down low, in the slot, one-timer in. Two guys wide open on the corner. That's how you do it. Isolation, backdoor down low, in.
And the real truth of the matter, Paul, is that the Italians have caused their own downfall.
Oh, absolutely, and there's still a minute and 14 left. They had the breakaway to tie it up and then totally went a little the wrong way with two silly T-bone penalties.
Don't you just love the game of hockey? One moment it looks like the Italians are back, the next they've conceded twice in a matter of moments, and it is just about all she wrote already. Well, at 2-0, we were thinking the Italians would still have a chance, and they started that comeback. Cho Byung-seok, it's a double hammer blow, but they were the ones that sent themselves to the penalty box. The second from Galagaris is just a loss of mind, and now it's looking like a loss altogether. 4-1.
Absolutely. Really nice play. They're just taking advantage of their power play, moving the puck. Nice crossover pass. He's all alone, and oh, that's a nice shot. Goaltender thinks he's going glove side, and he just turns his shoulder on his right arm, and wings it inside the post. Can't fault the goaltender for that one. And now it's 4-1, and this one might be over. The Italians have to get back to smart hockey. They fell asleep for 5 minutes, and 3 goals in 5 minutes.
Well, the biggest of dreamers might still have the Italians with a chance, but up here in our commentary box, we're looking at this scoreline. We're looking at the way the Koreans are playing right now, the way the Italians have played throughout the tournament, and for us, there is no way back, and already the Koreans are continuing to swarm. Jong Dong-shin was upset with himself with that attempted pass, but whilst it's dumped long, the Koreans will come again here, Paul.
And the Italians, and we've said this morning at breakfast, the Italians have not surprised me.
They've switched out their goalie as well, so Arnaldo is off, and Santino Stilitano, who hasn't had a minute of hockey in this tournament.
He's been sick.
He was sick in the last game. Well, let's hope he's fighting fit, because he's going to be fighting off fires if the Koreans carry on how they have been.
He had an upset stomach, I heard.
Well, I think Arnaldo might have an upset stomach now.
The Italians just haven't played up to their capabilities.
It's a chance for them to come down the right wing, but they can't get hold of it once again. The Koreans just don't want to get sloppy, don't want to take their eye off the ball, as the saying would go. And as the check comes in on Planker, he just hoists that one down the ice. This is now it's a contest of concentration for Korea and desire from the Italians. How much fight have they got left? Will Koreans just try and see this out, or they just keep on going? At the moment, they're keeping on going.
Yeah, I think they have to keep the gas pedal to the floor. They can't get silly. The only way the Italians are going to beat the Koreans now is if the Koreans beat themselves. Cannot play silly.
Poor from Planker. Had a chance to get a teammate away and didn't take it. De Paoli on the far side, and another poor decision. Well, I know you're desperate to get off the ice, but play the right pass.
That was wide open. You can't miss these opportunities. They don't come around very often.
Macri on the far side, around the boards it comes. It's a chance for Cavalieri to get the Italians away down this near side, and one that Caligaris will try and take. Macri on the far side. Caligaris, scorer of the only goal so far, and how much would he have relished that one-on-one opportunity a couple of moments later? If it was somebody like Caligaris or Andrioni, we might have been sat at 2-2, Paul.
Absolutely, he is, to me, he's one of their best players.
Jung has made space, drives it across the crease at an angle. And there's a ripple of applause for Young's efforts in the stands. Sorry to cut you off there, Paul, but Young was looking dangerous. And, well, Stilietano holds on. It's 4-1 here. We thought the Italians were back in it. Now they've got work to do, serious work. We're back in a moment. Go at 4-1 to Korea. Shooting from pretty much anywhere inside that blue line at the moment is the theory for Korea. Hoping anything can come off the goal in. This is good play on this near side. Andrioni, can he find the pass? No, he can't. Can he get it back? Also, no, he can't. Might be another attempt here from distance. Oh, and it's put well wide by De Paoli, and that's just another chance for him that's gone missing.
Yeah, you have that opportunity. You have to put a nice pass up to the center line.
If that had gone wrong, you would have been saying that. Andrioni chasing down.
No, but it went right.
It did go right. Lofted pass up towards Andrioni, who then just plays it in behind him and hopes that the chase from De Paoli is good. Puts the Czech in against the boards, but the Italians will come up with the puck here. Andrioni. Can he get into enough space to create something? He's trying to go high at the net, but that's unsuccessful. Planka might have been done for teeing there, but none of the officials have seen that. Sprightly referee. Andrioni, he's tried to play that behind him, but a little bit of composure just to come back out and start to play it to a teammate would have been the better option.
Yeah, I think they're panicking a little. They don't have to. There's still 6 minutes left in the second, a full 15 in the third. I can guarantee you one thing, Alan. The Italian people are very proud people. They will not give up. They won't roll over. They have to get the next one and get it soon.
Larch decides to fire, and that's not too far away from getting one back for the Italians. And again, Korea win it and come away, and well, that one will go all the way back. Some rather distinguished names in the crowd. The ambassador for this event is one Dominik Hasek, two-time Stanley Cup winner. So along with Paul Rosie, we've got some decent keepers in the house.
Well, Hall of Famer, I got a chance to say hi to him, shake his hand, and I was like a little boy, even though I'm 5 years older than him.
Giddy, almost, this near side. Koreans will be giddy if they cruise all the way into the semi-finals, and they'll be watching closely the next game, and that is the definition of a high pass.
Yes. hit the sky.
Jumbotron might have been in trouble up there. This is Cavalieri just in front of his own goal. Italians again need something. That is good, and they've got one over on this near side. Larch. Does he square it or does he use it himself? He uses it himself, and again it's just over. Well, they're creating chances, the Italians. They're not creating notches on the scoreboard. And here come Korea again. Ryu, already a scorer in this one. Back to Lee. Lee, good save by the big man. And Stilietano holds on tight, the 49-year-old. Well, chances are coming both ends. The scoreline not affected. It's 4-1 as we'll be right back. Needed to win that, and they did, and they force a way back into this as a contest. And this near side, that is the Parioli, who just tries to put it in front of the goal. Let's see what happens for a second there. Planka lifts it in. This could be a chance for Andrione. Oh, right in the glove.
Nice stop.
Lovely. Lee Jae-woong using his reactions to pick that one out. 4:22 on the clock.
And that's all the Korean goalie has to do. Make the easy stop. You don't have to be a superstar or a hot dog. Just make the easy stop. As far as I'm concerned, you've got the game won. It's 4-1. Don't let a silly one in. If they're going to score, make sure it's a really good goal.
Larch. Face off. Oh, and that one's looping towards the upper left corner of Lee Jun-young. Lee Jae-woong, should I say, his goal. Koreans from behind their own net come again and pass into the centre ice.
Nice play.
Little drop back for Jung, and that could be the nail. Not yet. And again, it's blocked. The Italians survive once more. Next goal does go the Koreans' way. This one really is over.
Yeah, I think so, absolutely. And they've had some good chances.
They have. There is a little bit of light creeping through the door, which leads to the semi-finals for the Italians. And with every passing minute, that light will start to fade. And certainly they don't get one. What a hit that is.
They're lucky they didn't get a penalty there.
No. Well, the goalie has just taken a huge tumble. Not sure what that was all about, whether there was a little bit of dramatics or not.
Oh, a high elbow there was missed.
Neither of the last few instances have caused the officials to blow the whistle, so on we go. Jung again just manoeuvres the puck past the on-rushing defenseman and then feeds it to Dong. Now Jiang. Now whistles just past the goalkeeper's right-hand side.
They're moving the puck really nice, forcing the Italians to just dump the puck out, which is fine with the Koreans, if I'm on the Korean team, because that's just wasting more time. Nice movement.
Excellent from Choi Si-woo. 22-year-old. And the captain for Korea, pulling the strings and
Nice
tricking
play.
those white jerseys into committing themselves. And Italians have got to stay disciplined here. A late hit, it's not penalised, but the last thing they want to do is get in the face of the Koreans and get themselves in the penalty box for something that they feel is unjust.
They can't take another penalty. They've taken way too many. The Koreans are moving the puck around really nicely. I'm impressed with their captain. Their captain is very smart. He's playing discipline. One of the problems Koreans always have is they get a little too rough.
A couple of moments ago, we saw Tano, the Italian goalie's attempt to win a Golden Globe by just throwing himself onto the ice.
Oscar, Golden Globe, yeah, whatever. Not a Grammy though, right? Grammy's music.
Well, he might be a good singer, you don't know.
Yeah. Well, what I mean by the rough, when I say rough, I mean the rough crossing the line a little, as they have one of their players suspended this game. He'll be back for the Canadian game if they win this game for spearing, and that's a dangerous play.
He's trying to get out.
Nice move.
De Paoli, who again will look back at that opportunity earlier in this period and realise that well, a late call there. That's a real late call.
Wow. The other linesman made the call. The linesman on the line called it okay. The other linesman at the other end, by the red line, called it offside.
Interesting.
Wow.
Face off in the neutral zone. Planka neatly across. And a high effort, just trying to see if Lee Jae-woong was still paying attention. He was.
Nothing wrong with that.
Through the centre. How much pace does Lee have? Not enough to get there first. Endeley. Andrioni is chasing. De Paoli to his left, and that's neat from Cho. Gets the Koreans going in the other direction. Oh, left behind. Andrioni. Now Planka turning and looking into De Paoli, but he was always going to lose out to Yang Jong-ho. That might be a chance. It's a big chance. He takes it from distance, trying to again catch Lee Jae-woong out, but again De Paoli has an option. Andrioni was just to his right side, didn't use him.
No, the Korean was on top of him. There's no way he could have done anything but take that long shot, which he's never going to score. Slip it off. Your teammate is 2 feet away from you and he's gone. He's got to, here you go, right here. Right now, slip it off.
They don't. And they don't score. It stays 4-1 here, 41 seconds remaining in the period. You feel like that's another opportunity for the Italians. Andrioni to the right-hand side of De Paoli, there he is. Should he have played it? We'll never know.
Well, we know he should have, he didn't.
Cavalieri, his shot comes to nothing. Galagaris tries one with the right stick. Larch, that's neat.
And
the goalie,
nice
the goalie was completely caught off. He didn't realise the Italian had gone round the other side, and he was way away from his short side post, and he left it wide open, and the Italians have got it back to 4-2 with a period and 18 to play.
You talk about getting the momentum back at the right time. Galagaris, this guy, to me, is the heart and soul of this Italian team. He takes the puck out. As soon as he sees the net empty, he takes that extra second. Watch this. He takes that extra second and puts it under the bar instead of rushing it. And now they have to be, they've had so many chances. Here he goes, second in. Nice shot.
It's Kaufman with the goal.
We could be in for a real nice third period, Alan.
Well, I like being proven wrong. I love saying I told you so, but if the Italians could come back from 4-1 against the team playing like the Koreans were in the opening period and a half, then I will eat my words. But here at the end of the second, it is Korea 4, Italy 2, and the entirety of the way this game plays out might have just changed in the last few moments of this second period. Kaufman with a cheeky one. It's Korea 4, Italy 2, third period coming up. Well, a period with 4 goals in, Paul. Kalagaris started us off and we thought, yeah, do you know what? This is going to be great. And then what did they do? They had 2 players, not just 1, 2 players sent to the penalty box, and the Koreans scored twice to really put themselves in the driving seat. But on 29:42, 18 seconds from holding out, the Koreans have conceded what might be a huge goal. Paul, take us through the highlights.
Here's the first one, a beautiful play. Mistake by the Koreans to give Kalagaris the puck. Bumps him off, takes it, but he waits, he looks, his head is up, that's the key, and slips it in through the arm to get them back, and then silly penalties. 2 penalties, a 5-on-3, nice movement by the captain, wide open, no chance for the goalie on a 5-on-3, and he puts it in the yawning cage. And then here's, seconds later, an absolute beauty in the wide open cage. Penalties will kill you. You can't do it. 5-on-3, then a 5-on-4, leads to 2 goals real quick. That's the Kalagaris goal again.
This is where you have to say that Lee Jae-woong makes an error here, doesn't it? It's a huge error. He has no idea that Kaufman is behind his net, and that's just not good goalkeeping, because if you're a goalie at this level, your surroundings, you know what's around you, don't you?
The critical part to being goalie when the puck's behind the net is following the puck. You follow the puck. If it's in the right, you are in the right. If it's in the left, you're on the left side of the goal.
There you go. Paul Rosen making it sound very simple. It can be. It's a tie in terms of the second period, 2 apiece for the Koreans and the Italians, 6 shots apiece as well. The power play goals were the killer for the Koreans, 2 from 2, and if you're playing against 3, that's bad, and then you can see it again whilst there's still 1 in there, that's doubly bad. No penalty minutes whatsoever for Korea. They're disciplined at the moment. Are they rattled? No, not really. Yes, they've conceded twice, but they still look very calm. They've got the puck. The interesting thing will be conceding so late at the end of that second period. Whose mindset will be better as they come back out? We'll find out in the third period. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the coverage here of day number 4. We're into the quarter-final stage of what has already been a wonderful World Championships of World Para Ice Hockey. The Ostrava Arena has given us crowds. They're still coming here today because they're expecting even more than yesterday. They've somehow created more seats inside the arena for tonight's game. They've moved the VIPs to another area. They've opened up their seats. It is going to be noisy here today. My understanding is that there's potentially around about 1,000 people will be denied entry because they're going to run out of tickets. So it's first come, first served. If you're watching this one and you're sat somewhere at home in the Czech Republic, get up, get in the car and get here. That's my advice. We've got one more period here. The Italians were kind of dead and buried at one point, and they were the makers of their own destruction, getting themselves 2 penalties at the same time. Down to 3 they went, and here they've managed to claw it back to 4-2. Can they get the all-important goal early in the third period? If they don't, it gets harder and harder and harder. The longer it goes on in this third period, the easier it becomes for Korea, because the Italians will get desperate, gaps will open up, and chances will go their way. It's a big, big task for Italy here in this third period. Can they do it? We're about to find out together. Stay with us. Myself, Alan Martin, alongside me is Paul Rosie Rosen, legendary Canadian netminder for this World Para Hockey team. Can the Italians do the job? We're about to find out in just a matter of 60 seconds or so. Jae-Won Lee has had fairly decent World Championships. The odd mistake, and he will be furious at the mistake that led to the second goal for the Italian side. In the other net, Spolitano has come off the bench to replace Gabriele Araldo. He's done a decent job so far, despite the fact that it's now 4-2. Paul, I was just saying, Paul was too busy with Dominic Hassing. I didn't tell you he was in the building. But I was just saying that the Italians have got to come out here and they've got to strike early. That's the big one here, isn't it?
There's no doubt. This is their opportunity. If they went in the dressing room and as a team decided, boys, we can do this, they have to believe. And if they score a fast one, it could be trouble for Korea. The longer the game goes 4-2, the more trouble it is for the Italians.
Well, both scorers for the Italians are on the ice already. Kaufman, who got the cheeky one at the end of the second. Kalagaris, who got one that halved the deficit at the beginning of the second period. We thought that second period was going to play out very, very differently. Indiscipline cannot exist this time around in the third period. Face-off in the Italian defensive zone.
Yeah, they can't get any more penalties. No way, no more penalties. They get a penalty, they're in serious trouble.
Shot more in hope than anything, Raul, who has found the target. Toy, another one of those. This is Kaufman. And that was Larch. And again, Koreans find themselves in possession.
Wow.
Not now, they don't. Big coming together.
Now get in on it, forecheck.
Kalagaris doing the chasing. Trying to cause a bit of traffic on this near side to hold the puck in. McLean, Kalagaris, Larch lets it run to Kaufman on the left wing. On the blue line, Kaufman offside.
That was close, very close. And yeah, you said in the intermission there, I kind of left you alone for a second, sorry, but childhood dream there. I had a chance to chat with Dominic Hasek, the great Dominic Hasek, and being a huge Chicago Blackhawk fan, we talked about the days of the Hawks in 1991. did a little piece with him, and thank you so much. That was an honor.
Cho Byung-seok in the face-off, doesn't win it. The Italians hit it in behind the net. The chase begins again. Paoli coming in.
You can't use the front of your sled. That's how they got those 2 penalties. They're very lucky they didn't get one there.
Parolin. Now over to the far side of the ice, and Andrioni is on as well. Planka coming up to his own blue line. Might turn into trouble here. He's mishit this, and that is big, big trouble. If this is centered and this is hit well,
big stop.
What a save. That might be the save that keeps them in the championships. Chance for the chase.
That was huge. I don't know how that is not negated, the icing. The Italian player was just all speed there. Look at this, a beautiful pass. Heads up, that's the key. The winger heads up, sees his man out front, one-timer, and the Italian goalie sprawls out and makes the massive stop. If that goes in, Alan, this one is over.
Big blocker save from Santino Stilietano, and the 49-year-old says, just watch me, keep this out, and he does. He's got to keep everything else out, holds on.
Another little tricky one. That was, you could see, maybe he didn't see it, a little bit of a screen, but he dove over, squeezed it with his glove, and that's what some of the goaltenders in this tournament, we've seen it all week, have had problems closing their glove.
No such problems for Santino. Italians have got to get possession. These 2 minutes have already gone, and that's the first chance. Paoli.
Delayed offside again. You got to be smart when you come in the zone.
Just allowing Choi to make ground. Paoli
nice play
with the hit. Andrioni trying to get in there as well. It's rather jabbed away by Radice. And now Planka. And again, he's just allowed the puck to get away from him.
Big collision, sorry Alan, big collision in the corner there.
On this blue line, that's another good hit from the Italians, and if they can find the right pass. Well, he doesn't know it, but one of the linesmen has tumbled to the ground.
That'll cost them in the referee's lounge.
Well, there's nobody near him.
Wow.
Watch. Just a general stumble on the ice. Just a hit and hope. We've got to make these changes quick. The Koreans are coming. Kyung, well held up by Radice. And that one is behind the goal, and the Italians survive a little scare. They don't get it away either. Can't get it up the ice. Larch, drop back, Macri. Down the boards, this near side. Again, they struggle. Frustration.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but you know what? It's frustrating for us up here watching, because the guy was wide open. You cannot miss those passes. That's how you practice for weeks and months to get to this position in a sudden death game, and you have your guy wide open and you miss him. You know, I take this to heart up here. I'm sweating pretty hard.
11:16 on the clock, 4-2. The Italians, we said, the longer this ticks by, the harder it will be. Oh, does well, Stilietano.
I'll tell you the one thing you can't fault, the one person you can't fault in this game is the Italian goalie. He's keeping them in.
Calagaris there, no control whatsoever as it came to him. Missed by Macri. Back they go, and the danger man Calagaris is behind his own net currently. Tries to go right down the spine of this ice rink. Italians got to be careful not to get dispossessed and be short in cover. Kaufman.
Oh, man.
Again, just not talking to each other. Allianz. And the goal goes the captain, and two neat little plays off the board. Get the Koreans up the ice with ease.
You're going to have to score one soon because the Koreans are playing very smart. And here could be the chance.
This might be the chance if they can move it away. No. And he's lost possession, and this is what we were talking about. Jung is telling his mate to get out of the way because here I come.
Oh, nice game. Man,
that's the game.
Wow, was that gorgeous?
Put the sandwiches away. Nobody's enjoying this picnic anymore.
Alan, that was gorgeous with a capital G. Wow. What a play by this little speedster. As he takes the puck, it's almost like he's going to steal it from him, and he yells to him, get out of the way. He takes it. It looks like he's going to pass it. He won't. Takes the goalie with him, leaves it, and puts it in the net. That is one of the prettiest goals I've ever seen. This kid is an up-and-comer. We all know he's fast, but now we know he's smart. Takes the goalie with him, leaves the puck. Doesn't drop it. He leaves it, and the Korean teammate picks it up and slides it in the empty cage and says, thank you so much. I'll never score an easier goal than that.
Get some cleaning products because that was filth.
Wow, that was gorgeous. Really, pretty goal, and this game is over.
It might be even more in a moment. Jung himself will be itching to get onto the score sheet. And just Andrioni just blasts it at his own teammate, and already the frustrations are boiling over from the Italian. Andrioni there, just keeping on the ice.
Yeah, another tee. This is the fourth team penalty in the game.
5-2 here. Is it over as a contest? Surely it has to be. We'll be back in a moment. I said at the beginning of this third period it had to be Italy to score next to make this a contest. It hasn't been. And, well, Alex Enderle has actually ended up in the penalty box as well. So now, short-handed, they need to see this one out.
And that was their fourth team penalty of the game. That's just unacceptable. It's a lazy penalty, T.
And now they're chasing shadows. Oh dear. Opportunity here.
Another penalty. It's going to be another 5-on-3.
They won't need it. Oh, well, I thought Choi was just going to slide this in with ease, but just took himself a little bit wide, so they will get to play against three again.
Tried to get it really pretty here. There's no reason for you to put your arm out. The ref would have let that go if he caught him with his shoulder, but he puts his arm out and he's going to get the rough for that. Can't do that. Put your team down again. Twice 5-on-3. 5-on-3 in any sled game, pair-ice game is terrible. With a team like the Koreans that move the puck around, you're in serious trouble.
Well, out goes Andrea McCree, and in 8 minutes and 48, so will the Italians be out.
Yeah, and it could be embarrassing soon.
Young off the bar, it's in.
Oh.
No, it's off the bar. I thought it was in for a second.
I thought it was in too. I'd like to see a replay of that.
That one might be.
Nice
No,
stop.
it's buried underneath one of the Italians at the moment, and Planka will be relieved to just launch that up the ice.
I thought that hit the inside bar, but I guess not.
Fizzed in towards the goal of Gabriele. Sorry, it's not. It's Santino Stilitano. Another chance here. Planka read it nicely and gets it away. 43 seconds on the penalty.
That's a good kill so far, but you're killing time off the clock. You can't do that when you're down by 3.
Not what you can do when you've got 3. Other than hang on. Planka on this near side. They've got the call in their favour as well for offside.
Yeah, the one thing the Koreans don't want to do, I know they're up 5-2. They don't want to get in bad habits because they got to play the Canadians tomorrow. And I can guarantee you the Canadians are not going to be the Italians.
Friday.
Pardon me, Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Kind of mixed up the days here.
You're a long way from home, young man.
Yes, yes.
Choi Si-woo. Good play from Cavalieri.
I forgot my glass slippers too, so it's been difficult walking.
Planka to get there first. That was neat. Right to left, under pressure. He doesn't know the Choi is there. Bang!
He got hammered.
Oh dear.
Welcome to the tournament.
A little bit too casual from Florian Planka. And they've got one more back on the ice here. Still another 20 seconds until they're back to full tilt. And you can see the Koreans here, they're just avoiding being checked.
Yeah, and that's good.
Great play with less than 7 minutes to go.
We got a big game on Friday. Don't get hurt.
Here's the captain, Young.
They'll get one of their better players back. Suspension will be done.
Penalty's over.
Well, they killed a 5-on-3. That's something.
Still 5-2 in the favour of the blue jersey Koreans, and Calagaris takes the strike, saved. Calagaris, you can't fault for effort here in this quarter-final.
No, he's been their best player by far.
Macri, fresh out of the penalty box. Planka was looking for a little retribution. Oh, and I tell you what, Choi Si-woo has turned his sled into Macri there. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah. That was not nice.
No, and he goes straight off the ice, so it's Young. That's nice. There's space. Is it another?
Yeah.
It is. Oh dear. Cho Byung-seok. I make that the hat trick. And it was just so easy for his 3Z. 6-2.
Look at that, a nice headman, unselfish play. He waits. Watch this if you're a young player. He waits till the goalie tips over. He's got the Superman Clark Kent glasses on. Had a couple run-ins with him years back. We won't talk about it on air, but that was a nice goal.
Super Cho Byung-seok. That is 6-2. Well, we knew it was over. All the exclamation points just being put on by the Koreans. So the memories, or the nightmares, from Pyeongchang will continue indeed. March trying to get hold of Jong there, and Jong just gets rid.
The only thing they want to stay away from is getting possibly hurt right now.
Well, your Korean coach Park Hyun-wook. He's sending on for the lesser-known players, maybe, just to see out this 4.5 or just under 5 minutes.
There's a chance.
I don't think the Koreans have that sort of mentality. Here's Italians with Andrioni, who's just brushed aside.
That was a beautiful back check. You're up 6-2. When you're up 6-2 and you know your guys are back checking that hard, that's when you know you're playing well and you're playing as a team. And that's special.
Well, the Koreans they've nullified the pace. They're keeping hold of possession. They are simply seeing out the game. And doing it very well, Paul.
They are. And they'll go into that Canadian game with a lot of momentum, and they'll have some thoughts that they can do it. They only lost 4-0 to the Canadians. I still think it's going to be a very, very, very daunting task.
Right in front of the goal. Just can't find the puck on a right or left stick at the opportune moment to make a strike towards the goal. Planker back on his own blue line. Was trying to go out to the far side. That didn't work. And here's Lee Jun-young, number 1 on the jersey. Haven't seen a great deal of him, and that's what we were kind of saying. Maybe it's time we did.
Yeah, the air horns are going loud and proud for the Koreans.
It's actually his debut event. This is the first time I think he's entered the ice here at these World Championships. So making your bow in a quarter-final isn't so bad. He's a former rowing competitor.
All right, give him an opportunity to play. There's nothing wrong with that.
Somebody's frozen his water.
Your tournament is over in 2 minutes and change. Then it's back to Italy and back to the drawing board for next year, because they've got talent. This is a team that just has to get their heads together and play like a team.
Lee taking a bit of a hit. Get used to that. Again, Cho Young-jae just dumps it out to the far side, and the Italians think about creating an attack. Offside, it's just a few bits of indiscipline aren't helping the Italians here, as the game is going to come to a halt with a Korean victory. It's 6-2 as we take a short break. Final 2 minutes and 26. It's only going one way. Koreans will see this out as victors. Starting to just have a pot shot from anywhere. De Pioli. He looks right.
Nice play.
He does. Calagaris to make it look a little bit better. No. Oh, it's behind the goal.
It's in. Scored.
Well, I was absolutely adamant that Lee Jae-woong had the puck.
Wow,
and I think he thought he had it as well.
That's a bad goal. That is one of the few times when I can say a pad will help.
Well, let's just take a look at this. For all the world, he's got it. But somebody else knew something different. That's brilliantly read.
Yeah. There, it must be just sitting there, and now it's in.
Wow, nobody else spotted it.
It's there.
In comes Di Paoli, who was guilty of not scoring an easy chance earlier on in the game.
Good call by the referee. He sees the puck loose, it's loose. And 62 sees it loose and he puts it in. The Italians calling a timeout. They think maybe, you never know. Pull the goalie, give it a shot.
21-year-old, his impairment being spina bifida. This is his third World Championships. And well, Christophe Di Paoli, good reading of the game. He's obviously spotted that puck quicker than anybody else. I thought it was odd that the officials hadn't brought a halt.
Right.
So you kept thinking, well, maybe it is loose.
Yeah.
But surely the Koreans know where it is. Surely they know where it is. And the next thing they did, know where it was, because it was in the net.
Yeah, it was in the net, unbelievably in the net. And the thing that I love about the young Italian who scored that goal, it's 6-2. There's a couple of minutes left in the game, in the tournament. Most guys would have just let it go, Alan. But he didn't let it go. He wanted to score that goal. He wanted to keep working. And he hustled as much as he possibly could and put the puck in the net. And that's, I attribute that to hard work and never giving up. He could have easily said, forget about it. We're down 6-2.
Well, are the Italians busting out? Keep the dream alive. Surely they can't score 3 times here, Paul, inside 2 minutes.
No, they can't.
They have to control the puck better for a start. Well, they don't. Calagaris gives possession away immediately.
This is going to be a good opportunity for the Koreans to get prepared for tomorrow. They played a smart game. The last goal wasn't what they want, but I think we're going to see the other goaltender, their starter, number 31, the big gentleman, in net tomorrow.
Paoli chasing everybody in the same way he chased that puck a few moments ago, and if the Italians can put a little pressure on, might cause a few worries, but actually it's Korea crossing the blue line. Jung couldn't get it underneath Macri, who did really well, just laid flat, used his sled to his advantage, and you shall not pass from distance. That's way over, but Jung using his pace, and then Choi over there as well. It's going to come loose if the Italians switch on a bit. Macri wasn't quite alert. He checks against the boards, and the Koreans are seeing this out in the best way possible by just keeping possession. That's nice from Cho Young-jae.
A little too late, unfortunately, for the Italians. They'll have a year to think about this, get themselves prepared.
Final 30 seconds. Oh, running into each other.
That's a good
Doesn't
hit.
help. It's a hell of a hit, but it's only on your teammate. They'll be showing each other the bruises
And
tomorrow.
They will have one more game. They'll have to play tomorrow, the 5-6 game. They'll play the loser of Norway and the Czech Republic.
Offside.
Yeah.
3 seconds is all that remains here inside the Ostrava arena. It's been pretty much all one way for Korea. The Italians lucky maybe to get the third, but Korea are deservedly heading towards the semi-finals. Then the face-off is all we'll have time for. And there is the buzzer. Well, Paul, that was a good job done, wasn't it?
It was by the Koreans. I think they'll be happy with this. Italian got a little upset there at the end, but you know what? Losing isn't fun. The problem that I have for the Italians now is they came into this tournament thinking they had a chance for a bronze medal. A legitimate thought, right? I think that's a legitimate thought. And they are going to end up in 5th or 6th. They're really going to have to go back to the drawing board when they get back to Italy, because that's unacceptable.
Final score here, Korea 6, Italy 3. into the semi-finals. Go Korea! We're heading down to see the presentations for the player of the game. Down there is Dominic Hasek. We'll talk to you about the presenters in a second. There's all the goals for the game then. 6 on one side, 3 on the other. And that is Dominic Hasek on the left-hand side. And well, the other gentleman is David Lika, who's part of the executive board member for the LOC. Genuinely nice guy. Well, player of the game for the Koreans is number 9. That's given to Choi Kwang-hyuk.
Looks like he's 12 years old.
Busy player. He's 32. I wish I looked like that when I was 32.
Yeah.
I wish I still had hair, but you know, there's a general interest we've got together. So player of the game, it's a metal plaque that's inside these boxes, by the way. And the metal is sourced locally, it's made locally, and it's the same shape as the Ostrava arena. It says best player engraved on it as well.
Lovely.
Well, that's not a surprise. Santino Stiliatano came out of the bench, switched for Gabriele Araldo. There's 5 years between them in age, but Stiliatano really gave the Italians something else when he came on. He made some big saves. A beautiful blocker save down low to his right-hand side. I recall in this third period, it could have been a much bigger scoreline if not for the saves that he was making in this game. And there are the presenters and the winners of the Best Player Award. Well, coming up will be the national anthem of the winning side. On this occasion, it is the Koreans. Managing to get the better of the Italians, not for the first time in the last couple of years, and I don't think that one will hurt as much for the Italians because they were close to getting their first ever medal at a major event. On that sort of form, they're not close at the moment. There's some good players in that side. It just needs a little bit more time to gel. There are 3 or 4 new players within the roster. They're without players for different varying reasons. You need time to gel, and the first World Championships doesn't mean a great deal. It's what you do the next time if that squad is still pretty much similar.
Yeah, I think they have a good nucleus. Their goaltender was fine. They have to work on it. 5th or 6th will not sit well with the management, I'll guarantee you that. Because they've come a long way when they first started. The first year they were ever involved was 2006 in Torino. So I think they go back to Italy, they relax for a little bit, and then they get back to the drawing board. They want a better result next year in the Worlds, definitely.
The Korean flags are waving. There's still an element of good support for the team that took bronze at the last two major events. Both of those were on home soil, or home ice, once they finished. Can they do it away from home? I think that's the acid test, isn't it? If they do that, then we have to say, yep, you definitely are the third best team in the world right now. What's interesting for Korea, and let's take a step away from the 2019 World Championships, is if they take bronze here, great. What happens when the Russian Federation get back up to the A, which inevitably they will? People's Republic of China are spending big on training, on research, and making a good team. You know, they've battered the sea pool, quite frankly. So all of a sudden, I think that's when Korea will be tested. Not this time around.
No, definitely. That's a great point, because they could fall from third to fifth easy. We know the Russians are coming, and we know the Chinese are coming. That is inevitable, 100%. The Koreans won the bronze at home in the Worlds. They won the bronze at home in the Olympics, Paralympics, pardon me. They have to now do it here at a different venue. Can they do it? Yes, they can. On Friday, they have to give the Canadians a game. I don't think anybody thinks they're going to beat the Canadians, and then they'll have a chance to win a bronze medal. I personally think it's going to be against the Czechs, and then they will have an incredible test to not only do it, but do it in a building that's hostile, and do it in a building that will have 8,000 fans screaming for the other team.
Test tonight is for the Norwegians first. The Italians felt the wrath of a sellout crowd. The Norwegians will feel the wrath of an even bigger crowd. Somehow they've gone from sellout to selling out again, but more numbers. Don't ask me how that works. 8,462 were in the venue last night. They've made more seating. Wow. Overnight. They've somehow created extra seating. There's the tail of the tape here, Paul. 14 minutes in the penalty box, and just how costly were they at the beginning of that second period?
Yeah, that was absolutely terrible. 4 team penalties, 2 complete 5-on-3s. You can't do that. 4 of the 6 goals were power play goals. That's a killer against any team. You have to be much smarter.
Well, there we are. 4 out of 6 power plays dispatched. As Paul's saying, if you don't keep the numbers on the ice, you make it harder and harder and harder. The Koreans have taken this one by 6-3. They are into the semi-finals. Coming up, one more game here on day 4. My final game of these championships. It's the one I've been looking forward to all day. It's a sellout on top of a sellout. It's going to be Norway taking on the Czech Republic here inside the Ostrava arena. Join myself, Alan March, and Paul Rosen at 8 p.m. local time. But for now, goodbye.